It's the 3rd of April 2011, and Ireland could learn from the experience of Olympians such as the Sunday Times Dakota UK Olympic kids. A basketball player in his wheelchair that says, "When I get hit, I fall out of my chair, but I'm one of the nitty-gritty people who doesn't mind being on the floor." That's Ireland's case right now. The picture is from a feature story in the Sunday Times magazine. You can see more about this Olympic kids by going to Sunday Times Dakota UK /Olympic kids. Great article, very motivating. But the front page of the Sunday Business Post and the Sunday Times today talk about the declining fortunes of Ireland. Michael Noonan's on the front page of the Sunday Business Post under an article by Nicola Cook saying that up to 6,000 jobs are going to go in a shake-up of the banking sector. What's that mean? Well, for small towns like Cashel, it means that maybe some prime Main Street real estate won't be occupied by a good renter. Global business, though, is going to rise. So says Nicola Cook in an inside story. Fáilte Island held a briefing for Irish stakeholders and said, look, there's been a relaxation of the restriction of the spend for business meetings. It's good news. I work with EGFDEL, which is a code word for people who are being retrained, and we're trying to bring that to fruition, respecting the business meeting to fruition. John Isle inside wonders, will the bailout fix our banks? 24 billion euro still might be insufficient to get the banks actually lending. And what's important to notice is that, like, if all European banks had to meet that same stress test, you might have some serious lack of liquidity in the European lending market. Sunday Business Post has a lot of other interesting stories. Upbeat things, downbeat things. Downbeat on the stress test. Consumer experts fear a less competitive market's going to mean more fees, and McKennedy explores that. Things such as a higher fee to use your ATM machine, a higher fee just to have a current account that runs into a deficit. Dave McWilliams, on the opinion page of the Sunday Business Post, takes his story and rewarms it. This story of Pope's children, 2007. He was predicting all this stuff that's happening now, and what he's pointing to is that there are middle-aged chaps in suits who are making decisions for young children like the 3-year-old that I have. And, you know, the fact of the matter is, these old guys in suits are deciding that the unborn are going to pay for mistakes that they made. I'm wondering, you know, why must my children pay? A lot of people would argue that kids aren't stupid. When they turn 20 and they see the opportunities in Ireland, if they're not there, they're going to leave the country. Hey, they might take their phone with them, though. Adrian Wechter explores the Xperia Play, recommended. Main reason, in fact, what he says the only reason for getting this phone is how it improves your gaming. If you are a gamer and your thumbs show it, take some of the games with you. It's still not going to be as good as what you're going to find on a PlayStation properly, but hey, probably the best gaming platform that's out there for the mobile market. Adrian also said UPC is going for broke. According to Comrade statistics, UPC has hoovered up 80% of the new fixed-line home broadband. That's because people want speed more than anything else. It's actually one of the reasons why we might move from where we are in Cashel to where we might find that big fat pipe down the street about 15 miles away. Hey, we'll be out of Michael Lowry's space too. Vincent Brown makes that point, that there's lack of integrity. Hey, but what? What knows? What about technology, and what does it know about whether you're happy about things? Simon Kurz has this really cool article that there's ads that are on the street, and then cameras in the ads can tell what kind of mood you're in. And how they do it is basically it grabs your face. My little girls always ask me, is that your happy face? Is it your angry face? Is it your sad face? So the camera can spot you 16 feet away once you're looking at the screen. A motion detecting software then gets this mapping of your face done, and whoa, maybe present you back something that makes you feel better, like an iPad 2. What Adrian's saying is, you may not need that thing if you own an iPad 1. Wait for the iPad 3. He cuts to the quick. If you own an iPad 1, he says, you already have 90% of what's in the iPad 2. Don't waste your time. Hey, don't waste your time at social media awards. No. If you want to have a real party, go there, May 26th. But if you're promoting a hashtag, you're probably not going to find a prize for that one. The Queen's going to come to Cashel. In fact, you can follow her visit on Ireland more at twitter.com/Ireland, or hear the Queen, audioboo.fm/topgold. They give you that story. I like Audioboo, and if you're listening to me on Audioboo, thanks. Leave me a comment. We're not leaving, so plan some training. So Ronnie O'Toole says, he writes an Irish Outlook column for the business part of the Sunday Times, and points out that statistics aren't what you're going to hear on Liveline. Statistics say Irish nationals are becoming unemployed, dropping out, or taking jobs they looked down to on a few years ago. And what's important, Liveline listeners, the main response, according to stats CSO has, is that the Irish are staying, not immigrating. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Joe Duffy's wrong? There's a census coming up in Ireland, and, well, the numbers will be out there again, too, documenting what Sunday Times has just told you. Richard Wood says, it's time not to worry, but to be happy. And he points to some really upbeat authors who have documented poverty's dropping, disposable income's up, infant mortality is down, technology costs are decreasing, actually. And then he cites Mark Stevenson, author of An Optimist Tour of the Future, potentially game-changing technologies that are out there, and optimism ought to be put back on the table as a result. You know, if you're an innovator, you're probably making some of this game-changing technology now. And fair play to you. We attend Limerick Open Coffee and meet some of those innovators. Some of them are learning how to think creatively. They already do know. And Kathy Foley has a story about what that means in terms of innovation. Common denominator, when you're trying to get messages through to students, is that students need to know just getting upskilled in one cool thing isn't going to cut the edge, give them a cutting edge throughout their career. The primary thing is, if you're going to work in a multinational, you need a more rounded skill set. We go through this argument all the time, and yeah, be good at what you do, have a portfolio skill, but gee, the skill should show that you're creative, innovative, and can respond. So what we do in the training program I have is we expose people to art, which is hard to write about, and this is currently on. Kelly Brown is running in the in Limerick City Gallery of Art. Not actually in the venue there. It's actually down the street near the potato market. Really good exhibit. We're making the EGF Dell guys write about it. It's called How Capital Moves. A lot in common with theater. And in fact, what the review by Christine Lease points out is the acting's great. Characters are vivid. And it's a video installation that takes a local human story and gives it a universal significance. Recommended. Go to Limerick. Visit How Capital Moves. We're taking it to another level. We're writing a treatment for a book that's called Moving Millions by Jeffrey Kay. Okay, I'm in my back garden thinking about what's going to have to happen this summer. It's going to be a little cold as normal, so I'm going to buy this. Log on. The gas-guzzling patio heater has never been welcome in our back garden, but littlewoods.ireland.ie puts this on my wish list. Haha, wood-burning hot stove. All steel keeps the heat. We'll need that. Check out the photos at flickr.com/Irish Eyes and watch my carrots grow. In the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at topgold. Thanks for listening. It's Bernie Goldbach, back garden, Cashel Ireland, saying, the wind is blowing. Happy Mother's Day. Bye for now.